My first challenge was going in mid-semester, having to do a band concert within 2 weeks, a Christmas concert, and students not knowing any of the Christmas music, which was a challenge.
Sure.
And, we got through it.
Hello and welcome to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Ross, and this platform was created to motivate and to inspire in hopes that you will become a better you. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that's listening all over the world. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Ross Cloud Podcast. And listen, we have a very, very special guest with us here on today. He's no stranger to the Ross Cloud Podcast. Darn, I'm out of breath, y'all. What's going on? We have our special guest, Mr. Eric Callands, who's a musician here in this area and has done some phenomenal things within the world of music, and we're super excited to have you here. What's happening, Eric?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, doing good, man. Thank you for gracing us with your presence here on today, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Listen, we also have seated to the right of me someone who's usually behind the camera. We have Mr. Jamal Davis. What's happening, Jamal?
How you doing, my brother?
Well, I'm doing good, man. Yes, sir. We got you talking today.
You got me on here, dog. That's what you got me on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, every now and again we get Jamal, get him out his comfort zone a little bit and get him talking a little bit, Eric. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Push him out there a little bit.
Lord.
Yes, sir. So, Eric, where you from, man?
Reedsville, North Carolina.
Come on, not the great city of Reedsville.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All day, man. So, when did your love for music begin, man?
As a kid, man, I started loving music, man. Growing up in the church. Yeah.
Any favorite musicians that you have? Any favorite artists?
Yeah, a lot of favorite
I'm
musicians,
sure, man. Yeah.
As a kid, I grew up around Blow Hairston out of Martinsville, Virginia. Tim Hairston. Kevin Grace was around.
Yeah.
We was around the Bethel Male Corps, so Kent Brooks.
Got you.
Glenn Denny. Who else? L.B. Florence, Bernard Florence.
Yeah.
So we was around a lot of the local musicians.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
When was the moment that you touched the keys? What was that like for you, man? And who introduced you to the keys? If you can remember.
I used to sneak and play my dad's keyboard.
I got you.
I would always cut them on and try to play them, but I always forget to cut them off.
Yes, sir. And he knew.
Oh, Lord.
He knew. Yeah. And my brother would tell on me.
Oh, Lord.
Boy, that's funny, right?
Yeah.
It's always the brother to tell on you too, man.
He would tell on me.
Yeah. And so how did you convince your dad? How did you convince him to say, hey, Dad, this is what I really want to do. Can you show me more?
I would always tell them I could play, but they wouldn't believe me.
Of course. Yeah.
And he'd be like, well, leave my keyboard alone.
Exactly.
Before
you set something up. Right. But that's beautiful, though. But you was able to convince him, though.
Yeah, he his friend Kent Brooks, he would stay over sometime, and he would start teaching me how to play like little chopsticks and different stuff.
Yeah,
and he would tell my dad, man, he's gonna be able to play, man.
Yeah,
so my dad would start giving me little opportunities to play.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It was cool, man.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It went from there, man.
Yeah.
Do you like vinyl? Are you a big fan of vinyl still? Albums and everything?
Yeah.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
I'm sure you are. I hear so many musicians say that. What do you think about the state of music right now? From your opinion, do you think it's getting better as it pertains to even gospel? We can go from gospel to R&B to jazz from your perspective.
Me personally, I don't like where music is going.
Really?
No, I don't. I like the older music. Okay. Especially gospel music.
Okay.
I like that older music, like the Hawkins music and all of that stuff.
Okay, I got you.
Jazz wise, I think jazz is. It's hard to say with jazz because it's jazz is a conversation, so they could go different ways. R&B music is hit or miss with R&B.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that. You have a few that's keeping it alive.
Yeah,
that's really, really keeping it alive out there. I'm a huge fan of Tank.
Yeah.
Raheem Devine.
Okay.
I have I'm with you on that. Those that are kind of keeping it open. I still like soul music. I still like Music Soul Child and a lot of the neo soul artists. To me, they're great musicians, man. They don't necessarily get the play that they deserve.
Right.
I feel like, but I think it's getting better.
Right.
I think it's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's cool. I also know that you are not only, and then I'm gonna kick it over to Jamal. Matter of fact, Jamal, let me go ahead and this is a great segue to start into it, Jamal, because of your relationship with Eric. That's kind of transcend a little bit and talk about some of the things he's doing with school and within the realm of band. Is it band? Am I correct, Eric? Okay, go ahead, Jamal. Take it away, man.
So, with your experience with band, what really got you into wanting to be a part of band? First of all, before you started, teaching band.
Well, I marched in band in high school, and I never saw myself as a band director.
Wow.
I always wanted to be like a chorus director.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the opportunity came for me to be a band director, and I said, I'll give it a shot. And I went from having 18 band students to 43 band students to 64. And now I think my roster for this year say like 70 something.
Wow.
Whoa.
So we're going to see where that goes.
Yeah. What are some of the challenges that you face with that, Eric?
My first challenge was going in mid-semester, having to do a band concert within 2 weeks, a Christmas concert, and students not knowing any of the Christmas music, which was a challenge.
Sure.
And, we got through it.
Yeah. I'm sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jamal. I know you got something else for him. Go ahead.
Lord, so when you're in the band and you're teaching, have you ever, now we know each other, but everybody else don't know each other. So have you ever had a Miss Bell moment?
Several.
For y'all that don't know, Miss Bell was our teacher, our music teacher, and she was phenomenal. She only had the Bell kids and the GB Colettes that rolled with her everywhere. But Eric was her musician. Eric was her go-to cat.
I love it, man.
We grew up together anyway in church. We did. So, it's just bananas. And Miss Bell moment is where you really get into them and you let them know, okay, look, you ain't going to play with me. You either going to play or you ain't going to play.
Oh, okay. So have you had that Miss Bell moment?
Oh, several times. Several times.
Okay, then.
Yeah, you get to that breaking point, but you it's always that moment that you have, but then you have to come back.
Sure. Yeah.
You have to come back.
But let me ask you a question, Eric. Have you ever had a student? Let me ask you this, since we're talking about band and teaching students. Have you had a student that was good at something, but their insecurity stopped them, and you had to go kind of really nurture that student? Have you ever had a couple of students like that?
Yeah.
You have. How do you handle those students? Because insecurities can be something else. The nervousness, insecurities.
Yeah, for me, I'm always one to build my students' confidence. And that's what my band is built off of, confidence. And so if they believe in themselves, they can play anything.
Yeah. And it's just a matter of tapping into, getting them to tap into the vision that you already see. Because you the teacher, you see the potential.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, man,
Yeah.
What about a lazy student? That's good.
They the
but
best.
they the best.
They the best.
Lord.
They the best.
I believe it. I believe they
best.
just lazy.
They my favorite students.
Lord.
Right. They got all the potential in the world, but don't want to do no darn work. No.
Right.
But they good at it.
Yeah.
They can come in here and just run circles around everybody, right?
That's the truth.
That's the truth,
Yeah.
though. Yeah. Yeah. I love that, man. You hear that it's such a it's an irony in that. You
Yeah.
know, a misconception that people have. Man, he a lazy student. Boy, when you put him out there, he gonna deliver.
They gonna kill it every time.
Make it do what it do.
Yes, sir. Make it do what it do. Yes, sir. I think that's awesome, man, to be able to be a teacher, to understand those students like that. That's a special gift to be able to teach students. And now you at 72 students.
That's a blessing.
That's a blessing, man. And you're still able to manage that. How do you manage that plus doing what you do outside of school, Eric? How do you bring a balance in that, man? Grace of God, huh?
Yeah, really, man.
Yeah, because I know you busy, man.
Yeah, man.
Busy with this, and then you still got to make your money. You got to get out there and work and handle your business, and still you got to manage your students.
Yeah.
That's a lot of material to remember.
It is,
too,
man.
Because you got to know what those notes are that they're hitting to make sure, and then you got to remember exactly, retain. Man, that's a lot.
It is, man.
Just talking about it, just sitting here talking about it, I'm like, man, he got to retain all of that information within a day, and then still stay committed and professional within your own personal business and band life. That's something, man. But I think it's beautiful because those students can learn so much. They'll be real well-rounded students, too,
Right.
man. So, Jamal, if you would kind of take us into the day and day, if you would build on that, what you guys were talking, as we were talking a little bit earlier, you guys were talking about the day in and day out band activities and some of the things that, the band students have coming ahead. If you would, man, take it away with that, man, and kind of talk to Eric a little bit about those things, if you would.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were basically talking about the band uniforms, and I guess just let the people know what they consist of the whole outfit, as far as what it entails.
The band uniform?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
Well, yeah, we're in the process of purchasing new band uniforms, which is quite pricey. It's about $52,000 for our new band uniform, and they last about 15 to 20 years,
Which is great.
Yeah,
Which is great, man.
for the quality of the uniform.
Yeah.
And that's the whole uniform, the bibbers, the coat, the cape, the hat, everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Wow.
And now, let me ask you a question on that. Do they get to keep those uniforms, or that's something that's bought for
That's for the school.
for the school? Oh man, I love that.
Yeah.
So within those 15 years, a lot of those students can still wear those same. Oh man, that's awesome, man. Yeah. That's absolutely worth it, man. 15 years. 52,000 is
Yeah.
quite a few wears. In
Yeah.
there, bro.
It is.
Yeah, until you need it again, man. I think that's great, man. So how can they donate to that? Can they donate to that?
Yeah. So our Cash App is $Rams Band Booster 2024.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Band Boosters 24. Say that Cash App one more time, Eric.
$Rams Band Booster 2024.
I love it. I love it. So listen, man, if y'all want to Cash App and be a blessing to this band, then by all means, please do it, because
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen. Donate as soon as you get a chance. And what's the school? Eric?
Reedsville High School.
Reedsville High School.
Yeah.
Y'all out there that can be a blessing to this band. And not only that, just sow a seed into this, man, because, this is for our kids. For our kids to see them flourish and We all say we want to tap in and be a blessing. Be a blessing there. Now's the time. Right?
We appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Now is the time.
Now is the time. Yeah, I think that's wonderful. So, Eric, last time we talked to you, we were outside. It was hot.
Yes, Lord.
God.
Yes, sir, boy.
Bro, it was hot out at the Blues Festival, and we got a chance to kind of talk to you a little bit about working with Brother Roy and everything with his blues band and everything, and what that was like. But I got a question for you, man. What are some of the other what's the other bands that you work with here in this area?
In this area, I work with the band Untitled. Gavin Williams, who has worked on Beyonce's new album.
Yes.
He's over that band. Smack City and Drip. That's featuring Ricardo and Abel Terry.
Yes, sir.
Let's see who else. Pretty much everybody.
I do know that too, man. You work with some great artists in this area too, man. You continue to evolve and continue to work, which I think is great, man. I had a wonderful pleasure hearing you. My wife called on you not too long ago. Said, "Hey, I need you to."
Man, I love her, man.
And I said, man, Eric is sought out. She said, man, he good though.
Yeah, I love her, man.
Yes,
She's great, man.
Yeah, man. He said, yes, sir.
I used to play for her years ago.
Okay, God, that's she told me, man. I was like, man, that's so dope. She was like, man, I need to call on Eric. It's like, I have a few musicians that I work with. She said Eric is one, and she named another gentleman that she worked with in the past that have worked with her on a couple of gigs that she's been on. And I said, man, I absolutely love that. It's such a great, it's a large community, but a small community at the same time of musicians. In this area, what do you think can be done a little bit better, though, so far as taking care of the artists? Because I know it can be kind of difficult when you are... I'll say this. How do you get people, from your perspective, how do you get people to buy in what you're doing here in this area in North Carolina? Most of the time, you're more appreciated more outside.
Yes, that's
so
true.
How do you get people to be convinced from an artist perspective, musician, when you're in this entertainment business, what do you think the goal and the key is in order to make something like that happen, for people to really buy into what you're doing and believe in the gift that's in you?
Me personally, I think it's more so for the bands and artists to come together and set a standard of what they will allow and what they won't allow. As far as compensation and what they accept from these clubs and club owners.
Understand? I'm sure it can be challenging too.
Because no need for you, the club owners, to make $20,000 a night. They make $20,000 a night, and the band make $612 a night. Which they don't make $200 a night, but I'm just saying,
of course not. No, but you're saying though. I know what you're saying. Them numbers ain't adding up, brother. Them numbers ain't adding up.
Right.
$22,000 versus $200. No, sir. No, sir. We need to bump that up a little bit. Absolutely. Thank you for saying a little bit about that, because I hear so many horror stories of in this area of people struggling to get their funds or struggling to actually get the contract worked out. Either it happens or it doesn't happen. Usually it's flushed down the toilet before it can actually get to happen. Go ahead and jump into it, Jamal.
Right. Okay. Now, as far as musicians, musicianship, and social media, how do you feel about social media? And what I mean is, now they have AI, where AI writes songs and stuff. Now, you know, when we were coming up, we knew how to play. We knew how to get that oil together. And if it's on you, it's going to drip. Yeah. And if it ain't, you just going to lose the people.
I absolutely hate social media.
So that's my thing. You know, now people don't know how to run a tape machine.
Yeah. Wow.
They don't know how to turn a mic on. Right. If something goes wrong, they don't know how to adapt to the different situations. Now, you know, that's where I get in it.
Bro, I wish they would do away with social media.
So,
no, all jokes aside, no, you know, social media.
It works. I get what you mean.
Social media is good for some things.
For some things, right?
Like you know, we were in the big house, like,
correct,
and we put in work, and that's where we started
building the family.
With all of our music stuff, pretty much, and we learned how to gel. We learned how to play with a band.
That part,
and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every day we was in there putting in work. You know what I'm saying? And we learned how to record. As a band, as a unit. You know what I'm saying? And it won't no
flashing
big eyes or no little U's.
Man.
And everybody learned how to do their part.
That's right. That's right.
And it won't no egos in that room.
Absolutely.
And so, like, as far as bands in this area, I think everybody around here is on good terms.
I think so too.
I don't think there's no beef between anybody around here.
I don't think so. Nah. Everybody seems to work well with each other. Everybody that I've ever encountered or seen that I've met, I've never heard anything bad. You know.
I don't think there's no beef
so either,
with nobody.
So do you all ever? I mean, when I say you all, I mean like other musicians. Do you know of any of them that get together like we used to do and shed? Or shedding is a different thing now.
I don't really
think. Shedding? What's shedding?
Shedding. Well, go ahead, Eric.
It's like when they get together and just play and.
I got you.
Yeah.
Like a jam session.
Session.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think a lot of musicians have that time on their hand anymore.
Oh, okay. Actually, really working and gigging and stuff like that.
There's still some bands that come together and practice.
Gotcha.
Okay, I got
you. Okay.
But it's some that don't. And,
I got you.
And that shows.
Gotcha.
Because I really do believe the more you have that downtime with each other, I think those jam sessions enhance skill sets.
Yeah.
Because if you got that best musician that's in there, that musician that really, really, you know, of course everybody's good, but you always have that one musician that say, hey man, that was a wrong note. Yeah. Or hey man, do that again.
Yeah.
That sharp note or that flat note actually sound good with, you know, with the right chords, I'm saying, you know. Yeah. So I think it really, those jam sessions really enhance the ability, to your point, Eric, like, hey man, we all can get together and let's have a jam session right there. That's why I come up with a masterpiece.
Yeah, you could tell those bands that practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
And that's one of the things that I was wondering if you did with kind of like the band, not per se shedding but just something where you all could, you know, just gel outside of going to play at a, you know.
Now, we don't, as far as the band, we don't just get together and play like that.
Okay. Yeah.
But we do get together and do activities.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Have you ever had that one student that really got up under you how you were with Miss Bell and, you know what I'm saying, like they just really vibe with you and wanted to maybe come with you to a churchy gig? Or
he just graduated. He'll be going to Greensboro College this upcoming semester.
Awesome, man! Congratulations to him.
He got a scholarship to go there. I'm gonna miss him.
I bet. I know.
I got you, Eric. I got you. Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
I'm gonna miss him. He was a guitar student.
Okay.
Oh man,
He could play.
he could
That's what's
play.
up.
Okay, I got you.
That's
Yes,
what's
sir.
up. That's what's
He gonna
up.
do well then,
yeah.
huh?
Oh, yeah.
I got a question that I want to go back to, Eric. When you guys were just talking about studio sessions, we was talking about jam sessions
Yeah.
and getting together at the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question to ask you. For you, you like analog or digital better, and why? And why?
I think I like digital because it's easier to fix.
Okay,
Yeah.
because analog, you gotta.
Yeah.
Run it back and
Yeah.
tape it.
Let me find it. You gotta find it.
yeah.
So you like digital better?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's
But I
awesome.
like the sound of analog.
Mm.
Yeah.
The work that goes into fixing something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You cut that out. Digital helps with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
I like the sound of the analog. But
Okay.
You'll see,
Gotcha.
that's what I was talking about. A lot of cats, they can play, and I call them YouTube musicians. They know how to absorb, but they don't actually know what it takes to make a keyboard, to make a tone on the keyboard. And with that, you learn the method and the theory of music, and you can go a lot more. And if you just playing off of what you hear from YouTube, and then you like get on the gig and they playing something different, then you like stuck.
lost. Lost
Lost,
sauce.
And that's because you don't know your craft.
I understand.
And I'm like, wow, these cats. I love
Yeah.
new music, but
Yeah.
give me Hezekiah, Ricky Dillard, or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
The old school.
I know what you mean.
Old school.
You know what? Some of the best musicians come out of church.
Yeah.
Some of the best musicians come out of church. Contrary to what people may say or think, some of the best musicians come out of church. I've seen some, and they can walk the dog on a Hammond and a keyboard and can write.
Oh yeah.
You know, even listen. Tank came out of church.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll tell you that.
Skillful singer. What? Musician too, writer. Came straight out of holiness. So I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. And then they evolve, and when they come out, it's like, wow. Yeah, all of that was already in there, though. It's a lot of work. I remember I grew up just like y'all. And, you know, I grew up in church, and I used to always see the guys hanging around. All the musicians, you have probably about 5 or 10 guys right there behind that drummer, behind that organ, just sitting up there, just soaking all
Absorbing
of that,
all of it in.
waiting for their chance, waiting for their chance, and then after church.
Yeah.
Boy, the pastor said, all right, now we got to go home, boy, because they're going to wear them keys out after church. Going to take turns. That drum, we're going to have a jam session after church. So, yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, and I hate to put it this way, but I'm going to put it this way. How do you go about dealing with those cats that want to David Ruffin the session?
Oh, boy, that's pretty good right there. Oh, boy. Oh, look at Eric. Eric, like, I know a few, so I ain't going to even comment on that, okay?
Don't want to stay in the pocket.
Hey man.
Hey.
I love David Ruffin, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was who he was, you know?
That part.
It come with maturity, man.
Got it.
Yeah.
You just have like being a music director for a lot of bands. That's when you have to step up and be like, hey, bruh,
Team.
Come in.
pull them to the side. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
You got it.
And hey,
Listen, I know
it's not your opportunity.
Yeah.
It's not your time.
It ain't no iron team.
It ain't your seat. Bring it on in.
Now, if you're on the gig, and let's just say somebody just ain't coming up to par,
We pull them in, dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Real simple.
Yeah, we pull them in.
Got
Yeah, because at that point it's business.
Yeah, it's business. Yeah,
it's
Okay.
business, nothing personal.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I actually like the guys. I like the David Ruffins. They usually don't work well in a group, but if they go off by themselves, that's where you see them thrive.
Yeah.
Now I'll
Right.
tell you one group that I do love. I love the way New Edition has handled the situation with Bobby Brown and all the members, how they still find a way to say, well, no matter what, he's still a part of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bobby left the group, did his thing. They was salty. They was mad. Ralph did his thing. They was mad. But they found a way to still
Make it
bring
happen.
everybody back together because that was the nucleus. You know, like, hey, man, we still New Edition. This is all of y'all. We all talented in here.
That part.
So they got a chance to show all of their talents and their gifts within that group. That's one band that I think for me will forever be one of my favorites.
Right.
Just from that alone. Right. Like that's our boy. That's our boy. He might have his days.
Yeah.
But you found out that all individually, they all had their mishaps.
Exactly.
They all
Absolutely.
had their missteps,
Absolutely.
and that's life. That's life in general. Yeah. So Eric, man, this is just amazing, man.
Wonderful.
And this is a great conversation because I think we had Ron on not too long ago. I want to get a group of musicians in here, though.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That'll be great. So y'all can really go hard and
Go
really
hard,
talk
yeah.
music,
Yeah.
talk about music theory, whatever it is, because that's a whole nother thing.
It is.
Music theory
It
is a
is.
whole nother thing. I remember Tanya was telling me about it, and she was like, she said, yeah, she said, music theory. She said, that's a whole nother animal. She was like, yeah, you can be good. But she was like,
is.
she said, if you're going to take the time to really learn music, she was like, you better take you some music theory.
Yeah.
She said, that's going to give you the full understanding of music. And she said,
It'll set you apart.
that's what she said. She said, it's deep, too.
Yeah.
She said, it's deep, So for those of us that are not musicians, then we just sitting back, we just enjoying the sound and the music. And
Now
this
I'm
and
not.
that.
Now I will say I'm not a musician, but
Yeah.
I do know music,
Absolutely.
and I'm a studio head. So I can do a little something, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna carry no service like Eric. He's gonna carry the service.
Oh no, man!
And
Hey,
push the service.
but listen, I wasn't referring to you. I was
No.
just saying in general.
Yeah.
I was just making a general
Yeah,
statement,
yeah.
just saying, music theory is a whole nother animal because I ain't a musician either. I absolutely love music though.
Yeah.
Can sit around and listen to it all day long. Give you peace, happiness, whatever it is. Music will always evolve. It never gets old.
Right.
Oh yeah.
To me, it doesn't.
Yeah.
You have some musicians that have timeless music like Prince
part,
and Michael
yeah.
Jackson and countless of others, Miles Davis, and the names we could go all day long.
All day long.
Yeah, but music, I still listen to some of Marvin Gaye. Well, I listen to all his whole
Oh yes,
discography.
sir. Oh my God.
It never fails. You listen to it, but guess
Timeless.
what? Timeless. And you know what else? You could always hear the music. You always hear the emulation in R&B today.
Yeah.
Like
That
when you
part.
go back and you
That
listen
part.
to it.
Yeah. That's because it's timeless.
It's timeless. When I think about R. Kelly, right? I hate he did what he did,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
yeah.
And so I'm not excusing behaviors or consistent behaviors, right? But man, when I actually sat down, right, and I listened to Love Letter,
Hey.
phenomenal work.
Yes.
So then I went back and I listened to Marvin Gaye. I said, oh, he tapped into Marvin Gaye.
Absolutely.
He tapped into the Isley Brothers, Fly Stone. He R&B, bro.
Hey, R. Kelly was a genius.
I ain't gonna lie. Wasn't he, though?
Hey.
You can't take nothing away from him.
Hey.
I promise you.
Do you think that music would ever get back to the instrumentation
I pray it does.
versus sampling?
I pray
And
it
not knowing what you're sampling and knowing the key that you're playing in and knowing the progressions and all that stuff. Nowadays, people just get on their iPhone and sample and don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I pray it does.
I got you. But you know what, guys? I don't have a problem with sampling.
Oh, I don't
if you know music.
Yeah.
You know, we was listening to Pete Rock yesterday.
I love that now. Yeah,
he understand music though.
That part.
And what was that? What did you say yesterday, Jamal? When we were talking about placement.
Oh yeah, placement and arrangement. Yeah, it's all about that.
Man.
But at the same time, see, that's rap. What you
referring to?
What I'm referring to is this R&B. There's sampling whatever.
Oh, okay. You mean like covers?
Not even covers, but
okay.
Okay, let's say if I'm out and I'm with Eric and we're about to go on a gig and he tell me to bring up a song that is on YouTube or whatever, and some people will play with that. I think they call them stems or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you're playing the stems, you're just letting that ride.
Okay,
but what if the stems go down?
Sure?
And then
I understand.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like,
okay, explain stems for those of us that don't know what that is. Eric, can you explain stems?
Stems is like the music of the song. Like, say like the Marvin Gaye song, Let's Get It On.
Yes, sir.
It's all the music without the vocals.
Gotcha.
But it could be like the background vocals added into it.
Understood. Okay. I didn't know they were doing that.
yeah,
People do it
all the time.
I didn't know that.
And like the live band could play over top of it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
They do that a lot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
that's what I'm saying. And
Okay,
then-
that helps me understand because I was ignorant to stems. I really was. I really, honestly,
So sometimes
genuinely didn't know.
Sometimes they take the piano out, and the piano player might play with it. Sometimes they use different parts of it, the track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even. I guess that's what the rappers are doing too. Is that similar to what they're doing?
A lot
Similar.
of them.
every
genre of music is doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. So they jacking what they want and then building around it. So it kind of takes away from the actual, the creativity, the real creativity of taking the time to actually write your music.
That
Is
part,
that what you're saying?
I mean, it just make your show bigger.
Understood.
Make it full.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Understood. See, now this what I love. See, this the education part of the show. That's always good.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
So that was a great thing you brought up, Jamal, about stems, because I honestly didn't know that was the name of it. I didn't know the proper name of it. So I had the opportunity to learn something today. Now, as it pertains to music theory, Eric, when it comes to music theory, or what are your thoughts about musicians who don't know much about music theory? Do you think every musician should be able to read music, though, at least?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
There are a lot of skilled musicians who don't know music theory. A lot of skilled musicians who don't know what they're actually playing.
Wow.
There's a lot of skilled musicians who can't tell you the notes on the piano.
Wow.
But will outplay most musicians who know their notes on the piano.
I love it, man.
So,
Yeah.
music theory, it helps some musicians. Some musicians it don't help.
Okay.
It helps some. It hurt others. You know.
Wow. Just depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Wow. I was surprised to hear you say that, being that you're a teacher too.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I did. I thought you was gonna say something totally opposite.
No.
So you shocked me with that. But I think that's cool because it is perspective too, though. Because
some
it's
people,
gifts.
some people can't
just gifted.
comprehend. It takes too much for them to sit and try to
I got you.
play, and then some people love that.
Some people have a natural gift.
Yeah, they can just hear.
And you can hear it and
you can play it.
You can play it.
Yeah, that's definitely a gift.
Trying to understand what you're playing, it messes you up.
No, I got you. When you can just improv and go
Yeah.
right off the top of your brain
Yeah.
and
And,
hear that note and then run it.
A lot of people don't understand that, and people say, "No, that's not possible." It is.
Yeah, it
possible.
is possible. Yeah. Yeah, it is possible to play something and you don't even know the note to it.
Yeah.
But you can emulate it. And you can get with you when you say, okay, now listen, we're going to go from this key to this key. I'm going to just play it for you. Just listen. And then they pick right up on it and they may add to it and layer it. As long as they don't do too much, of course.
I've seen a couple of people who can just sit down and play like some crazy stuff, and I was like, "What was that?" And they were like, "I don't know."
Yeah, like literally, I don't know.
Lord.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, what key were you in? They're like, I don't know. I'm like, what key is this? I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And that probably blows you away too,
It
though,
did.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't you? You
Yeah.
sit back like, wow, you mean tell me you don't even know that's a C sharp? Bro?
Yeah.
They
One of the
didn't know
guys who recorded like one of the biggest gospel records ever, he don't know like just like this stuff, like the keys he play, but
Well, he can play.
he can play.
They just know their tone.
He can play.
It's gifted from God, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in him. Music is just in him.
He can play.
Woo. Boy, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And to know that you're a teacher and you see that, it blows you away.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Wow.
So,
I love it, man. Do you still hear music in your sleep?
yeah.
Or do you daydream and hear music and notes?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Music theory changed my way of playing.
Did it really?
Yeah. The things I think I used to be better before I.
Do you really, Eric?
Yeah, you know how I used to play when I was like 16, 17
Yes,
years
sir.
old. I was an animal.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you.
But once I went to school, it slowed my playing down. And,
Did it really?
Yeah. And,
So basically, what I'm hearing both of you say is that
yeah.
the structure kind of takes away the renegade in
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
that wants to just.
It does. Because it make you think,
Yeah, you
make
ain't
you
gonna
think.
be David Ruffin no more.
So theory makes you think.
and they train you to think that it's a proper way of playing.
That part.
Yeah.
And take away the feeling of it,
Yeah.
the emotion, the emotional attachment to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't even sound right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems like you should be attached to it.
Yeah. Cool.
It still, you know, it seems like it should be, but theory
Yeah.
teaches you to detach yourself and become more skillful and understand exactly what you are doing,
Yeah.
What you playing?
what you're playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Wow. So you really can't take away from either
No.
one, though. Seems like, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Theory makes you. Well, school. They
Period. Yeah.
They tell you like you should play a certain way. You should use a certain fingering. There's certain things you should do. But me in my mind, I say you should play what's comfortable. You should do this. You should do that. So now, since I've graduated, I'm trying to go back and tell myself. Yeah.
Even though you still operate off of memory muscle
Yeah.
memory, muscle
Yeah.
memory muscle, whatever it is. But I
Yeah,
think you know what I'm
muscle
talking
memory.
muscle memory, right. You're still operating off of that, but still it kind of,
Yeah, I had to train myself to muscle memory for school because now I'm trying to get off of that back to
just freely
Yeah.
letting the music just do what it does.
yeah.
Flow through you the right way. I got you. I got you. That's amazing to hear,
Yeah.
though, you know. And so many people push school. And nothing wrong with that. Please be clear. There's nothing wrong with education. We actually, we cheer it on. We root it on here. So, yes, education. But like you said a few minutes ago, some people may not thrive in that environment. It may actually stagnate the growth a little bit for some people. For some people are visual learners. Some people, like you said, they hear. Let me watch your hands do that right quick. And let me emulate that right quick. Now, teach me that way. I got you. Yeah. Because actually it seems like it's kind of boring when you get in that classroom, you go to sleep. Yeah.
I had piano classes where I had to go to, and my piano professor would be like, "Hey man, just sit down and play." And I would sit down and play, and he'd be like, "What was that you played?"
I got you.
And I'd be like, "I don't know." He'd be like, "Just try to play it again." And
so he had more of a relaxed environment. To just let it flow, man.
He was just, so if I played it again, he'll stop me so I could play it, and he would see what I was playing. And he'll write it down on sheet music. And like it was crazy, man.
Wow. Yeah. I got you. Wow. But look at you now, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here you are now teaching 72 students in a band class. So that journey for you in music was necessary. So it's beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful to see. And the fact that you're going back to those roots again to say, hey, I want to get out of that. Okay, I'm glad I know that, but let me go back to when I first fell in love with music. I love it, man. I absolutely love that. You got something else you want to throw out there, Jamal?
Well, let's say, out of all your years playing, have you ever had a teachable moment that you take that teachable moment and kind of teach your kids?
You probably got a bunch of them moments, don't you?
Okay. Gotcha.
Every day.
Gotcha. Yeah, right.
Every day.
I got you, because you always teaching around the clock.
Yeah.
Every day.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Eric, this has been absolutely a great conversation.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we can
we got to do it again.
Yeah, we got to do it again. Get a group of musicians in here and let y'all just really have that conversation, man, and talk about music and the state of music and where the music is going and what you like to see changing with music and all of those beautiful things. Because when you talk to musicians, I'm noticing some are different. Some like the way the music is going. And then you have some that say, no, I like that old way. And I just think it'll make for a great conversation, man.
Absolutely.
I'm a fan of brass sections. You know, I'm a huge fan of brass.
I
am. I love the trumpet. I love the saxophone too.
Oh man,
woodwind too. I know, right?
So I had to learn. I had to learn these instruments.
Did you really,
in one
man?
semester?
Wow.
Oh God, the worst. The worst.
Wow.
I had to learn to play the trumpet.
No, man.
I had to learn to play trumpet, trombone, and French horn all in one semester.
Oh,
and I love the way that French horn sound, by the way.
Oh my God.
Beautiful horn.
Oh my God, the worst. The worst.
Yeah.
Lord.
Wow.
Trombone, I love it.
Sure.
Trumpet, I can deal with.
You can deal with
French horn, hated it. I thought I was gonna die.
What makes it so difficult with
that little mouthpiece on it? Oh God,
okay,
it's a beautiful instrument.
Yeah,
I love
it really
the sound
is.
of it.
Oh yeah.
But oh God, that little mouthpiece. Oh God.
That's right. It is small. Yeah.
But then the clarinet, flute, and the
Everything
alto
else.
sax. Oh God. But my worst instruments learning to play was that violin and viola.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
Cello, I was fine.
Sure.
I was fine with that.
But that
the violin and viola. I don't even know why they made those instruments.
Sorry, y'all violinists out there. Sorry about that, okay?
Boy.
They made them. And I love the sound of them.
Sure. But you don't know why they made them, right?
Not for my hands, anyway.
That's funny. Oh man, I love you, man. Thank you for sharing that too, though, Eric.
In one semester.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
That's a lot, Eric.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, bro.
My teacher said, and you should be playing on a professional level.
In 1 month.
And one, come on, bro. Ain't no way, Eric.
Wow.
Ain't no way, bro.
Ain't no way.
Lord.
Okay.
Yeah, they push you. They push you.
Yeah,
to the
they
limit.
push you to the max.
Yeah, they push you. I got you.
Mm.
Yeah, they push you.
But yeah.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful thing, though, man. You know, like I said, you know, look at you now, you know. Thank you for sharing that, too, man. We're going to have to, I know now, Jamal, you're going to have to place this real nice, brother, when you put it together. When you put this together, brother.
Good day.
Yeah, that's a lot. And I'm thinking about all the breathing techniques you got to use.
Oh, yeah.
To play the instruments, man. Like,
It's different.
yeah. Ooh, the wind you got to have to blow them instruments, man.
Yeah.
Shoo. Dealing with the chatter of your teeth and your lips.
man.
While playing them.
And y'all move playing.
Yes, y'all move playing.
Wow. I mean, what does that consist of, like, far as endurance? And,
Yeah. What do y'all do?
And-
Yeah.
Too much.
I ain't say too
Lord.
much.
Too much. My kids, they think I be trying to kill them.
But you don't.
But you don't. But you just tell them like, nah, you don't understand.
I'm like, yeah.
You're going to appreciate me later. You're going to be thankful for this later
Yeah.
on.
So what is something that you would give advice for endurance to be able to, keep doing? Just one nugget,
Yeah.
As far as
like to keep your wind, you being able to play.
they have to exercise.
Okay,
They have to exercise.
gotcha.
And they didn't understand why they were exercising in the beginning.
Yeah.
But now they see why.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you have to.
They have to.
Yeah, I was looking at what the I would watch North Carolina A&T and Winston State band practice, and I would watch what they were doing, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa, they might as well be athletes." Oh, you're serious?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the amount of
now-
training that they do.
Now our exercise ain't is
Not as intense.
yeah, it's not as intense,
But
as
still.
But
Okay.
yeah, they go hard.
They
Wow.
do,
Oh,
man.
God.
Do they carry their instruments when they're
Yes.
doing? Wow.
Jamal, listen, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, when I watch them tuba players,
Yeah, they go hard, bro.
Wow.
I was like, okay, first of all, now to Eric's point, no,
Yeah.
it's not as strenuous as a football player.
yeah.
Yeah. But you carrying that instrument though. But I understand why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because you got to carry the thing and blow it.
Yeah. Wow.
So that wind got to be on something else. You got to be.
Oh my God.
So they teach you the stagger breathing methods too while you're doing that too. Yeah. I remember going through that from just being in church, singing with David.
Yeah.
Singing with David Allen.
Oh,
all
yeah,
those
yeah.
years, man. So
Yeah.
him teaching us to stagger breathe and just breathing alone. That's probably why I don't sing no more today. I said, yeah, and I can honestly say I'm a little lazy when it comes to singing. So, and if you're gonna be a great singer, then there's a great deal of wind, and to your point, exercise, and that to your point, that comes with that, man.
Right.
A great deal of it because you gotta have the wind.
So everything is practice.
Everything is practice. Everything.
Practice. Okay.
It's no way around it.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's no way around it, man. The more I look at it, and it, now that you're older, you see it now.
Yeah.
You're like, there's just no way around it. I was at home, and when you at home, you feel like you the greatest singer in the world, the greatest musician in the world. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna learn the song by Dave Hollister. I think it's called One
Woman Man.
Yes. Okay, so I broke it down piece by piece, right? So I did the first, right?
Yeah.
I said, this is exactly what I said. I said, damn, that's a lot of wind.
Yeah. Some people,
Because if you don't hold that, if you don't breathe properly, you won't deliver it properly.
Right.
You're right.
And you'll find yourself stagger breathing in between that, and you don't need to stagger breathe. You need to carry that whole note completely out so you can verbalize it correctly
Gotcha.
and breathe correctly while you're enunciating the words. That wind gotta last.
I gotta last.
Literally.
Yeah.
So the amount of work that it takes to be great at whatever you're doing. Takes a great deal of practice,
Right.
though. But yeah, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah,
You know, that breathing, it ain't nothing to play with. When you're a musician and you're playing a horn or whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
It just takes a great deal of work, man. Yeah, man. You know what? We probably could have this conversation all day long.
Oh yeah.
Because I still feel like these conversations are necessary too.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't talk about music enough.
Right.
You know,
It
I
is.
miss Prince.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I miss Michael Jackson. You miss those greats, man.
Yeah.
You know, I wish we could have seen what Marvin Gaye would have done today.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? When I listened to his whole discography, which I'm glad I got those music. You know, the Apple Music and Spotify, whatever you listen to, Pandora.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had that because you get a chance to really go back and sit down and listen
Yeah.
to what they wrote, and you hear real music too.
Right.
To both of you guys' point, you hear live recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been mastered at the woo. Them things been mastered.
That's
You hear
it,
every bell.
That's it.
Every bell, every cowbell that may be in a tambourine in
Placement,
there.
that's what it is.
Placement
It's
is
placement,
beautifully
yeah.
done, man. The shamrock, you might
Yeah.
hear the, you hear everything.
Yeah.
So you're right. So Eric, usually about this time in the show, man, we like for our guests to say something positive. If you could say something positive to somebody. Eric looking at me like, what you want me to say? If you could say something positive, man, to inspire that next musician, man, to help them be great, man, you can say that and then tell the folks how they can follow you and check y'all out on whatever next gigs you got going on, man. You take that time, man, before we close.
To the young musicians, man, keep pushing and believe in yourself. If another musician did it, you can do it too.
That's right.
Don't ever give up on your dreams.
There it is, man. How
Yeah.
can the folks follow you, man? And, if they can get in contact with you for services, bro.
Yeah. I'm on social media platforms, Eric Callands. That's it.
That's it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm simple.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'm simple,
I
man.
got it. So listen, guys, thank you again, Eric, for gracing us with your presence on today, man. Really a great a great conversation on today on music and what it takes to be a great musician and so much more, man. Hopefully we can bring you back on again.
Oh, anytime, man.
Yeah, man, with a great panel, have another panel of musicians come on, man, and we just get down and let you guys just go and just talk music, you
Yes,
know?
sir.
Yes, sir. So I appreciate you, Jamal. Thank you, man, for sitting in on the day, being a co-host, man. You did a phenomenal job, man.
God
Hats
bless
off to you, bro.
God bless.
Yes, sir, man. My hats off to you, Jamal.
God
You
bless
continue
you,
to
man.
come
I
outside.
appreciate you,
Come
man.
on, man.
I appreciate you for sticking with me.
Come
though.
on, brother. Come
I
on.
really do.
Listen, man, this is a community of brothers where, I believe in us pushing each other
We got
outside
to.
of our comfort
We got
zone to do something better, to see, it's just all about expansion, brother. Making each other better, man.
Coming together.
Making something happen, man. This is beautiful. And I appreciate you for the work that you do here at the Ross Cloud
God
Podcast
bless
to
your
make this
heart.
vision of mine works because I
God
couldn't
bless
do it without you, all right?
God
So
bless
let me
your
say
heart.
that to you again. So why wouldn't I have you speak on the day, my brother? You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. I'm going to push you outside your comfort zone,
Yes,
though,
sir.
because
Yes,
I
sir.
want you to talk more.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I appreciate you. Thank you again, Jamal. So listen, I hope something was said to you all that can help you become a better you. Listen, this is the Ross Cloud Podcast. Make it a great day and keep being great. Peace.
Today's episode of the Ross Cloud Podcast is sponsored in part by GospelStationCharts.com, where you can view gospel radio station song charts and track the promotion of your song, such as view how many stations are playing your song and how often, including what day and time your song played. Check it out now. Visit GospelStationCharts.com.